WRL Busch Series. Race 6 on the season. We are still a week behind. A few more weeks, we will make the jump and catch up at two 25% races at Pocono and Talladega. But right now, it's all about Mid-Ohio. It's the first road course of the season for the Busch Series and the first custom setup race for the season. Now, this season, we only have 3 of them. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens here at Mid-Ohio. 27 drivers made the qualifying effort in their heats to get here now. So we'll see what happens. Joining us our in-race reporters, Grant. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Not feeling real comfortable with these custom setups still, but definitely looking forward to a great road course today here at Mid-Ohio. I know there's quite a few drivers hitting in the 119s, and even one of your drivers, Drake, hitting a 118 in test sessions, throughout the week. So definitely a couple drivers to look for today.
Yeah, it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be great to see everyone come out and race and see what the different kind of racing is. Last season we saw Critical Role's Godzak blow a tire coming to 2 to go. It was not a great day for Critical Role, and also the Fatal Camp. Everyone back at the Fatal Camp. It sucked. Seeing a race-winning car blow a tire there at the end is unfortunate. Critical Role car ended up still winning with Jay Fergie last season. Now this was a playoff race, so we kind of switched everything around. We have no road courses in the playoffs, so no custom set races. So it's going to be real interesting to see these 3 in the regular season as the battle for the points weighs on. Now at the top, we do have a tie at 220 points apiece between Godzak and Plays Official, a.k.a. Kyle McFarland. So, like I said, it's going to be real interesting seeing these boys come out here and race tonight. Grant, we allowed to join yet?
Yes, we just...
Oh, look at me. You should have told me that earlier. I was sitting here monologuing.
Interrupt your beautiful monologue.
Listen, you can interrupt that monologue anytime you want to. Anytime you can tell me to shut my mouth.
Well, I mean, you do such a great job of, week in and week out of doing those. It's a shame to ruin something so beautiful.
So tonight's race is the Flatlanders' return here at Mid-Ohio. This, from what the WRL officials are telling me, this could be the last time we're at Mid-Ohio in the Busch Series for a while. So, real interested to see what the WRL officials have to say about themselves later on. But we're getting ready to load in here. We're gonna watch as Maggio Magic running the 98 by himself, the only Ford in the field, is leading them around here as they're coming through the last set of turns to take lap number 2. Maggio Magic will lead them around, followed by Casey Joe for KAI. One of the Fatal affiliates, as you see them get way down on pit lane exit. Everybody's coming down, getting as close as they can to that line as they shoot off in the turn 2. Fourth in line is C's, probably one of the drivers that is one of the favorites to win here tonight, or at least place in that top 5. C's runs for Critical Role Racing, the second alliance team of Fatal Motorsports. We're going to see how good C's can do here tonight in that 15 for Critical Role and in that 20. And his teammate at Critical Role, the last year's winner, Jay Fergie, sporting that number 92 machine for Critical Role and a Nat 20, sitting right now in 3rd. He started 4th. Now running his Game Nerd. Game Nerd looks like he lost some positions off the start. One of the only drivers that does not run the custom set. He runs the sliders. He likes them. He says he does well with them. He's placed in the top 5, top 10 almost every single road course that he has done. There is the owner of KAI, the operations manager over at Fatal Motorsports, Keith Allen Ayers, running the 89 machine for himself, trying to get some valuable points, make his way closer to the top, trying to get something, currently sitting in the 5th position. And not too far back off him, multiple race winner, Final Four participant the last 2 seasons, Clinton Gooseland, and running the 36 for Wolfpack Motorsports, and Jarrett Reese, currently in the 8th position. Trying to find his way. Been a while since he's been running as well as he has. Currently on the outside of the playoff picture, trying to find his way in.
Oh, caution is out.
Caution's...
There was a wreck coming out of 2. I'm not sure who it was, but somebody went flipping.
Oh, we still got cars wrecking.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but the 20 and both just completely off turn 4 there.
Oh, great, good.
Huh? Apparently.
That's Grant Racer, Weston Grant, our in-race reporter in the 20.
We have 2 in the 20.
Yeah,
okay, in the 20. My bad. Okay.
Yep.
We do have 2 drivers out, David and Trevor. Looks like they had some engine problems beforehand.
Yep. MMG and Knight Motorsports. Knight Motorsports still struggling with that 7 car. Grant, I don't know if you got anything you guys can do about that machine.
Honestly, I don't know. We've tried, a lot of different things over the past few weeks, and it just seems like week in and week out, it's just nothing's working.
Speaking of heartbreaking Mr. Podium, look who's leading right now is Godzak. On the inside, looks like Casey. Joe is really trying to run that machine out there. He's going to take the lead. The 98's going to slot in right behind him to try to keep that
huge
6.
Stack up going towards turn 2. A lot of cars on the side of the hairpin.
Yeah, a lot of cars wrecking around there trying to find themselves again. But right now the battle on the track is for the lead as Godzak retakes it, coming out of the right-hander. And they come down into the heavy braking zone. People missing their braking points. There goes Godzak. Looks like somebody missed it. Somebody miffed it. Godzak lost a lot of positions, but it's back on the track now. Gonna try to get back into the front there. Casey Joe takes over the point. There's Scorpius for life battling with the 92 and the 10 right in front of him for about 10th position. Trying to find something. There's Mentuin in the 99 running for MMG tonight. There's a Nat 20. Oh, we got cars wrecked in the wall. Who's that?
Was Nitro and a Nat.
Nitro and a Nat. And anybody in it again. Back in the funk.
Is out, and that'll end the stage.
So, who's our top 5 for the stage?
So, top 10 there is Maggio, Casey Joe, Drake, C's, Keith, Goose, Godzak, Game Nerd, Gar, and Fergie.
What a top 10. We're battling. It's battling. Anybody. He's struggling here. When he got the call up to come up the Busch for D for C, he hasn't performed like he did in the Truck Series last season. A constant top 10, top 5 kind of guy, and he has not found his legs yet in the Busch Series. Hopefully he can figure it out. There's Maggio. We're on the 98, the only Ford in the field. When it comes to plate tracks and drafting tracks, he will suffer. New leader, Clinton Gooseland. They're on the 36, aka US Trek Enterprise. There, we got the
one of the main guys who I thought would have been up there in racing actually was one of the cars who had problems through turn 1 going to turn 2 is Matt Parker's. He's back here in 16th place.
Yeah, looking on with Matt Parkhurst, the 8 of Parkey Racing. He's getting trouble from the 18. 18's getting into the 21. 21 into the 10. 99's off. 99 comes on right back in front of the 8, and Nat 20 is not going to be happy with that 18 machine. There's Drake currently battling for the lead. Big pickup by Fatal Motorsports. 92, 10, 44. Scorp sent it in, baby. Up to second place is Scorpius. He's going to go a little wide. And who's not too far back behind him? The 16 or the 10 of Gar. hot or reserve seat tonight, trying to get some points for Fatal.
The 16 is also back here as well, of Will M.
They're battling hard, trying to find some way. Maggio's working on the 36, a little bit of contact. Oh, he's going to get into the 44. Scorp's going to go way wide. Drake's making a move on the 92 up front. Right now, the 92 will hold station. The 36 gets in front of the 98 and the 89. Keith about gets into the pit wall. And the 6 is going to try to do a little crossover on the 89. Keith's going to get up on that rumble strip, and that's to the back end. It's going to send it. And that's going to put the 6 up into the 5th position. Just clearing Keith a little bit. Keith's going to have a little bit of resurgence through the corner. Drive off to the 6. Cleared him. Up to 5th place for Godzak. Mr. Podium. Meanwhile, Scorpius has fallen back into about 8th position after the off-track incident that happened. Or him sliding off track in about turn, I think 9 it was. Oh, he got real loose, real tight. Around goes Scorpius. We got one in the sand trap. I don't know who it is. I can't see. I'm blind sometimes. That's the 18. I believe
looks like the 18.
It's the 18. It looks like we got another car. The 90 spun around. A lot of cars having issues right now. There's the 99 of Menton trying to find his way after a strong performance last night on the other side of the country over in Phoenix. There's a Nat 20 still struggling to find his legs right now. He's been caught up in a lot of stuff. Maybe he can, find his way up. In front of him is his corporate teammate, the 10 of Gar. There's Scorpius off again, and the 16 of William Morth. Whole gaggle of fatal cars right now, trying to find their way to the front. There's Gar running the 10 for Sammy Haas tonight. Sam could not make the race again, so the 10 will be Gar when Sam cannot make it. There's Warpig having troubles right now. Struggling to try to find some speed in this D4C machine. The D4C trucks, they were on it the last 2 weeks. These Busch Series cars, they're struggling a little bit. There's the 51 of Mike Sr. running for Hobart Motorsports, his own team, the co-host of the WRL review show on Saturday nights. This week we have the 16 of William Moore coming in to talk about his time at Ryan Sieg Racing. As you see, the 74 is up off the track coming out of the sand pit. Oh, 51 goes a little wide there, and so does the 20. There's the 9 of Grant Racer, Weston Grant, trying to bring up the rear of the field here. Trying to see what he can do. Maybe get some more points here. There's Turf in the 74 for KAI. He's having a lot of troubles here at Mid-Ohio. Road course racing.
Night Motorsports.
Oh, Night Motorsports. My bad. Keith had that car last year, that's why.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep. There's William Moore. Up in the top 10 right now. Finding his way around here. Really making everybody work to try to get him. Kevin 5-5 in the 5, room for MMG. Getting ready to start working on what looks to be the 20 and the 51 as they're starting the battle here. There's Regional Bandito, who's struggling right now for Hobart Motorsports. David Roach, as we said, another MMG car down with some engine issues at the start of the race. Don't know what that's about. Maybe we'll talk to Kev after the race and see what's going on. There's Nitro running for KAI and his custom 68 that was cleared. He's currently having some battling with anybody. Get late into the braking, Nitro. Oh, hang on to her, buddy. There goes Mike Sr. off into the grass again. Gonna lose 3 spots there, Nitro. Gonna gain 1 back. No, maybe not. By the time everybody gets going. Nope, he's gonna get into Mike Sr. there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I think there's some damage on the 68. Right now,
I don't know if he pitted or if he was spun out or something, but Matt Parker's is in 23rd now.
Matt Parker struggling here. There's Maggio Magic following him right now. Looking like he is in 2nd position, following the 11 of Drake. There's Casey Joe following behind these guys. Looks like he's about back in 6th position, trying to find his way to the front, get in that top 5, crack it up, get some more points for KAI.
Got a few cars trying to take advantage of a pit cycle here.
There's C's up into the 4th position, looking for his first top 3 of the season. There's Jay Fergie, someone who we thought had a chance to win last year's winner. Getting ready to get under some pressure from Clinton Gooseland in the 36. There's Gabe Nerd in the 13, running for his own team this year, Hampton Motorsports. Big entry there for these guys. They have their first win with Weir Savage at Martinsville. So big. Okay. It looks like he went off there a little bit. I guess there's a little lag on the cameras here. We're struggling a little bit. We got a lot of drivers coming in, getting some pits. Pitting in, there's Keith Allen Ayers. Clinton Gooseland has dispatched the 92. Moving on to the next one in front of him. I believe that is Nitro. So we're going to see how quick it's going to be for the 36 to get up there. One of the best to ever do it. Lace up pair of racing shoes here in the WRL is the 36 of Clinton Gooseland. Looking like he's going to stay out this time as Nitro goes in. That's 2 free positions because there's Turf also in there. And a whole gaggle of other cars he's passing. So by staying out right now. And there is the 89 of Keith Allen Ayers coming out right in front of Clinton Gooseland. There's Matt Parkhurst just now coming across the stripe. He was back in 23rd before this pit cycle started, but we can tell he is struggling behind that 8 car. One of the favorites to win this race, hitting that 119 in practice. Second fastest all time on the leaderboard here at Mid-Ohio in the Busch cars. And right now he is struggling here at Mid-Ohio. This is a tough track for a lot of drivers. That's why it's on the schedule. And right there is your race leader. The 11 of Drake for Fatal Motorsports. Looking like maybe he can get 3.
Right now, actually, your leader is going to be the 6, but he is currently on pit road.
Okay. So we're going to watch with the 6 here, see how quick he's going to come out here. We're going to watch it for that 11 to peek around the last turn there and come across the stripe. I think they're coming into it. There he is. Alright, now he's coming out. There's Maggio with him. Godzak is going to be right behind these two. But he's got a little bit fresher tires. Maybe he learned from last year. His mistakes. Pitting early does not work at Mid-Ohio. Maybe he learned. Maybe he can get that elusive win that he's been hunting for now his 2nd season. He's had so many podiums. So many second places. So many defeated interviews. But can he finally get that win? Once he gets that first one, I'd watch out because, as it says on the back of the car, he is a star. So right now you can see him running down Maggio. I don't know if he's going to get there. Maggio coming off an awesome performance. 3rd place last night. Maggio became a reserve driver for the Fatal Camp. So Maggio running the 40 last night for Nathan O'Hara with his personal issues going on. So we had to get Fatal had to get a guy in there. We picked up Maggio. Maggio came off a third place last night. Got a lot of stage points. Great job for Maggio. There's Scorpius trying to work on the 18 of Warpig. Warpig, someone we haven't talked about a lot in the last few weeks. Maybe getting his bearings back in, trying to find his way around here. Big pickup with D4C. Putting a lot of faith in that guy. A Nat 20 struggling right ahead of them. Gonna make this a 3-car battle. Mentuin trying to hold off the 10 of Gar. Don't know if he can do it. Here they go. Gar a little bit better down in the turn. But he's going to open up, and that's the 16 right behind them. There's an out 20. Oh, put some distance between a Warpig and Scorpius, and then Scorpius trying to look the long way around. He's not going to get it. They are going to be a little side by side. I think Scorp's going to give it up and get in behind him. and try to see if he can force him into a mistake here. There is Guard looking at Menton, trying to get ever so slightly closer. Guard got the call at about 6 o'clock that he'd be in the car tonight. The Fatal Reserve drivers always show up at the track regardless if they're going to be in the car or not. He got the call about 6 o'clock that he was on deck tonight, and coming out. Zero practice in that car, and he's wheeling her to the front right now. There's Warpig following a Nat. Mike Sr. working on the 8 of Parkey. Parkey's going to cave a little bit, give him a little touch in the corner, and then Mike's going to go right on by. There's Weston Grant, not too far back from them, following the Kevin 5-5 in the 5. There's Turf Tech working on anybody. These guys have been battling all race long. Warpig goes off. Anybody almost goes off, saves it. These D for C cars, they are struggling in the Busch Series. Turf Tech slides a little bit to that corner, getting ready to come up for the last 2.
Kevin 5-5 around.
And Nat looked like he was around too. Oh, no, he was just off in the grass. He was trying to build sandcastles. Turf's going to let the 18 get close by. Then he's going to shut the door and say sayonara. As he's going to clear him coming down the front stretch here. Well, side stretch, really. I don't know what you call it. Warpig sends it in, hits his teammate, and then he's off in the sand trap. I think he missed his braking point there. There's anybody. Doesn't look like he's got any damage on the back of that machine. I'm getting hit. There's William Moore. Coming up through the S's. William Moore is, he knows Mid-Ohio pretty well because he's there every year. Following with Ryan Sieg, working for his race team. We're going to get to talk to Will in the ins and outs of what it's like on an Xfinity team in real-life NASCAR here on Saturday night. Because this week at Bristol, it's a Friday night race for the Xfinity guys. So, Ryan Sieg trying to find his way in the playoffs. There's Kevin 5-5 on pit road. I think he might have some engine issues as well. That's the second MMG car out tonight. Regional Bandito has caught up to the 6 of Godzak, trying to rail him in. Regional's going to go off into the sand trap, and that's going to allow the 98 of Maggio to get back by him. He's going to come back out right in front of the number 89 of Keith Allen Ayers. And the 36 of Clinton Gooseling. Goose not very happy with that move. Regional is going to go way wide, let them all go. Seas is going to start pushing the envelope. Try to get by him. Car, that's the end of the stage.
Yes.
Well, how about that? That's the end of stage 2, folks. Sorry the commentary is not as what it usually is. It's a little hard to call a road course by yourself up here.
Yeah, and I know I'm not being much help trying to focus in and get these corners down.
Oh, hey, buddy, it's all good in the hood. We wish, maybe we can get someone here for the next race. Maybe have a special guest, somebody who doesn't really race in the WRL. Maybe a fan can get in here and, commentate with me and see what it's like up in the booth.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, especially for the drivers going from, driving every weekend or week to all of a sudden now you're in the booth looking at it from above. It's something I enjoy actually doing week in and week out, calling truck races with my cohorts, Keith Kitty Ayers and Matt Parkhurst.
Tell you what, for Halloween, I think I'm getting Keith a cat costume.
Why not?
We're getting ready to go green here. We're going to ride along with the 90. Oh, we got 2 cars in the wall already. The 18 and the 51. We're running up with Maggio. New leader, Matt Parkhurst. New leader, Maggio Magic. Back to the point. Great move. Matt got a little bumbled up on the rumble strips. And then, oh, we got cars going off. Speaking of Matt Parkhurst, there he goes again. Off track and at the back. Game Nerd! Engine issues at Hampton Motorsports. A lot of engine issues tonight. There's Keith Allen Ayers in 5th place. Gets a little tag from C's. C's goes off the track. I don't know if C's got a little tappy tap from the back. Maggio going out to in a great lead. Now Godzak trying to get around his fatal counterpart, Ergen Drake. But he cannot get her done. Goose right behind them. Keith Allen Ayers right behind him. That is your top 5 running as is right now. A 4-way battle for second. Keith got a little wide there. Both go a little wide ahead of him. Godzak's trying to find every inch of this track, but he's got to be careful because there's somebody behind him who's very opportunistic. That's Goose. Game Barrett says good luck to everyone tonight. So he put that in the chat here. Watching Keith Allen Ayers as they start to get some separation ahead of them. Godzak went off in the grass. That's not what he needs to do to try to get around here. Goose sends her in! And he's off the track! Keith off the track! Casey Joe off the track! Matt Parkhurst! +3 position. Oh! Keith got into Goose! There, Goose come back on the track. I don't really... I guess Goose got really loose and was trying to catch it. Got another car really way off back there. Lot of lost spots for Clinton Gooseland. Oh, and there is Keith Allen Ayers off track. Gonna come back on, get a little tank slap from Goose, and we're gonna keep on trucking here. You know, Goose is one of those guys where, you know, he will not take prisoners. He just goes. He don't care. He's fast. He knows he's fast, but he is respectful. One of the WRL veterans, one of the old guys. As Menton gets loose, and that's going to give a spot to, I can't see the number, that's going to be Scorpius. He's going to go wide himself, and that's going to give the spot back to Clinton Gooseland. He's going to start looking at C's, being like, you touched me last stage, sir. You wait till I get to your bumper. Meanwhile, just a little ahead of that little skirmish going on in the field, we got the 8 of Matt Parkhurst, who's now rebounded back up to the 4th position, trying to run down the top 3. A little loose going in there, but I think he'll be alright. He's got to be careful. He's got the 92 of Jay Fergie, last year's winner, right behind him. And there's Drake, looking at Maggio, trying to catch back up to that Ford. He's going to really get into that break, and they're going to close down that gap a lot to Maggio. As they come up through
I was talking to Drake before the race, and he said, right after practice today, he said the car felt a little bit looser than what it was during test sessions. So he was having to really get used to that during qualifying and stuff.
Godzak goes off again, you know, giving up a little more time in the leaders. If anyone's going to try this weird strategy, it will be Godzak, but we saw him not work out for him last year as he blew the tire in the last 2 turns. This is when I wish we could play clips of what happened previously. Like, it'd be really, really cool to be like, this is what happened last year.
Like, honestly, if we recorded these races instead of streaming them live, we could do that.
We could, but do you really want to sit there and edit them? Because I don't. Because I listen. I love the live reaction.
Well, I mean, I do too, but you know, it wouldn't be anything that we couldn't handle.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So here we are with Scorpius. Oh, gets on the rumble strips. Hang on to it, there, young man. You don't want to do that too much often and knock the balance out of the car. There's Menton, not too far back from him. A Nat 20 getting ready to go up in turn 2. Struggling tonight, trying to just get some points to stay in that top 14. Because remember, winning you're in is Dawn and Gunwith. Oh, there's Weston Grant coming back on the track after a little spin out there. Remember, winning you're in is gone. It's all about them points, points, points.
Yeah, so that's really going to, you know, tell drivers, hey, you need to make sure you're here every week.
Yep.
Because if not, you know, that 1 point could be the difference of you making it or not.
Yep. There's Gar, slowly running down Casey Joe. A fatal affiliate car in the '08. Really trying to get him. Ward Pig for D for C. He's coming through the last set of turns, trying to get some well-needed points here. Mike Sr. also coming through the last set of S's. We do got a pit road taker. That would be the 20 of anybody. Oh, Mike got off the track a little bit there. Sadie got to put her back on, and he's rolling to the front again. There's Weston Grant coming into pit road to service this 9 machine. Maybe try to find some last ditch effort to get some more points. Points. There's Turf Tech working on the 68 of Christian Soberg. Nitro, if you're going to watch this, I almost messed it up again. It's Soberg, not Schoberg. Soberg. And there's anybody. Anybody's coming out of pit road. William Moore coming through the S's once again, trying to catch up, trying to get some more points here for the 16 machine. Coming into this race, he is the first driver out. So if he can get the points, he will get in. Now remember, we do have 2 waiver spots. The first driver outside the top 14 with a win, and then the all-important driver vote. Everybody in the league gets to vote on who they want, who they think should be in. As we got 4 cars coming in right together. The 89, the 99, the 18, and the 16. All coming in together, trying to find the last little bit that they can try to get up here. Nitro getting ready to start working on the 21 of a Nat. Nitro has had a very up and down day. Gets a little loose there. A Nat pushes wide, gets back on the track there. Nitro's going to come in. Maggio coming through the carousel. There is the 16 of William Moore, who is battling back. Check that. That's the 11, not the 16. My bad on that. That's the 11 of Drake. He's finally got close to Maggio. But can he get around Maggio? That's the one thing. 2 very highly decorated drivers outside of the WRL. But this year, they're WRL rookies. As we've always said here in the WRL, egos come to die. And right now, these egos of these 2 drivers, they have not died, but they have been fanned a little bit, if you would say. 2 very, very great drivers outside of the WRL. And they are battling for a race win. Maggio for his first WRL win, and Drake for his 3rd. Both drivers are going to stay out again. Come back through the S's. Going to take start-finish line. How many laps we got left?
Should be 10.
10 more good ones. So that means there is 1 more pit in the future for everybody. 1 more time you got to come down pit road. There is Godzak coming back out a good distance back from these 2 now. Godzak, hope, today may not be his day, tomorrow might not be his day, but someday will come for Godzak. This all could change with a late caution. This all could change. There's Scorpius, probably inside the top 10, trying to get up to that 92 machine of Jay Fergie, Feta Motorsports counterpart. As they run their way through, there is the 99 of Menton behind him, and then his fatal teammate, the 16 of William Moore, right behind him. A Nat 20, a little further back off them. There's Gar trying to hold off the 15 and the 36 as they all get a little bit closer. Gar, he is quick. He's another WRL rookie this season. And he is quick and he is fast. He's trying to get his 2nd WRL win. Or check that, his 3rd WRL win. 2nd since returning to the league. Gar is technically a rookie once again. So Gar won his first race out in the Martinsville truck race a few weeks back, dominated the entire race, start to finish, was all about Gar. There's Warpig working on the 21 of Hanat. It's going to get around him here. Good clean pass. Great job by those two drivers. There's Mike Sr. There's Weston Grant off playing off picking dandelions.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. There's Turf Tech on pit road right now. A lot of cars with engine issues. Anybody sniffing the grass there a little bit, trying to figure out where he can get this car to turn. He has struggled all night in this 20 machine for D4C. It has been a struggle, to say the least. William Moore, another driver, like we said last time we were talking about him, he is on the outside looking in. Driver number 15 in the points. Now, any points that he can get is going to help him out tremendously moving forward. So he is trying to find his way in. Here's Nitro, running for KAI. Coming down the side stretch here. Maggio! Here we go. This is going to be a battle. Heavy braking zone. Who's going to brake first? Who's going to brake last? And is someone going to end up in the sandcastle, building the sandcastle? Here we go. Drake. Oh, he thought about it, but he didn't do it. He thought about diving her in there. But he thought better of it. Good move by Drake. Not good thought process. Casey Joe. Behind Turf. There's C's still battling with Gar. And Goose is right behind him, about equal distance. Jay Fergie just a few turns behind them. Kind of running by himself. There's Keith trying to get up to the 16 of William Moore. Maybe try to get some points. Keith, who found his way up to 4th after having a horrible start to his season. Goose has found the back of the 15, who's found the back of the 10. So I don't know what's going to happen here with these three. But these three have been known to battle and battle real hard separately. So let's see what we can happen. Put them together. Contact with the 15 and the 10. Here they go. Getting ready to go down to the right-hander. I mean, I guess it is a carousel. No, maybe it's not a carousel. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I call it a hairpin.
Who cares? Hairpin, carousel. It's a right turn. We're not used to those. So side by side, the 15 and the 10. The 15 advantage. 36 lining up behind the 15. 74 gets off into the grass. Good braking by everybody. Keeping it nice and clean. 36 and 10 side by side. 36 is going to clear him. 10's going to say, no, sir. Thank you very much. I still have this spot. 36 will now finally clear him. Now the 15 and 36 start working on the 74. 74 is going to push way wide, push off in the grass. Forget working on him. 10 going to tap the 36 a little bit to try to get going, try to get underneath him. Somebody was off in the grass. It looks like it's the 21 of a Nat, who's still struggling with this car. It's a hard track. He's, a Nat, he was doing real good there for a while, and I always see him struggling again. Matt Parkhurst, a little behind these guys, following Will. Check that. Scorpius, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, up front,
the 11 is taking the lead.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if the 98 was on pit road. 98, yes, looks like he was on pit road, or he spun out. I'm not entirely sure, but the 6 is right behind him. So I don't know if Maggio is trying a little bit of a different strategy to try to mess with Drake a little bit here. But it seems like there's a lot of distance between these two drivers. So yes, it looks like there are some pit road takers. So people have pitted, and they are battling to try to get to the top spot here. How many laps we got left, Grant? Do you know?
Coming to 5.
5 laps to go, so pit window is officially open to make it till the end. Who is going to be the one? Drake is coming down for his final pit stop of the race, followed by Casey Joe. And Nat 20 will get his lap back. Or check that, Seas is going to take over the lead. So Seas will be your new leader as Drake comes into his pit stall. Godzak gives the bumper to Maggio. Get out of the way, says Godzak. He goes, listen here, sir. I ain't finishing behind no rookies no more. He wants that dub. And right now, Maggio's going to drive away a little bit. Somebody off in the grass. Maggio driving away from the 6 right now. Can the 6 rail him back in? Can he get there? Then Weston Grant is off. Playing in the sand trap. Trying to build a sandcastle. Alright, the 6. He looks like he's getting about a car length and a half closer. As they're getting ready coming out of the heavy braking zone in the right, sharp right-hander. How rough's it going to get? Good braking by Godzak to get nice and get a little bit closer. Every time, that's the lap car, the 74. Going way off, he's going to miss the corner completely. He's going to cut about half of that off, he's going to stop to let everyone go by. Knows he missed the corner. Great job on Turf Tech to get out of the way and let these lead lap cars battle. So the 6 is falling off a little bit. We know he struggles in the second half of the track. We'll come back to him. There is Scorpius at a pretty decent gap to the car behind him, trying to maybe make something happen here at the end of the race. There's Menton, a little ahead of him. Lap down right now. Menton, you know, hot seating for MMG in that beautiful 99 checkered pattern. A Nat 20 getting up to, I cannot see what number this is ahead of him. The 51 of Mike Sr. You know, 21. It's been a challenge for him tonight. Maybe he can get a little bit closer with this machine. There's Gar coming off pit road, getting up to speed, made his final stop of the race, trying to catch back up to the 08 and the 36. There's Warpig coming through the final set of turns. Is he going to dive off on the pit road? No siree. Mike Sr. just a little ahead of the battle behind him, raging behind him. Weston Grant following Matt Parkhurst. Grant trying to mow the lawn there, going through the 1S bend. There's Turf Tech, not too far back from him. Anybody? Another DA4C car that struggled tonight. Tried to fight his bearings. William Moore coming back to the S's once again. Kind of broken away from the car behind him a little bit. Nitro coming back to the S's. Maggio. They got Mike Sr. between Godzak. Mike Sr.'s going to let him go. Here comes Godzak, going to run as much as he can run to try to get a run at Maggio. Right now, Maggio looks like the guy to beat. I don't know where Drake is. You tell me who's leading?
The 98.
98. So right now, there's Drake. He's a little far behind him. He's bumping the nine. Says, "Sir, I gotta go. Get out the way." He's a little.
He's trying to chase down the 8 of Matt Parker's.
So right now, this is your battle. We should be at 2 to go, I believe, if my math is correct. 20. Anybody around?
Yes.
Coming into 2 to go. There's Contact. Contact's making the move with the 98. He's going to get a little tap him. 98's going to get a little bit of a drive off. But the 6, he's right there. He can smell the victory. He can taste it. He can taste the champagne here in the Flatlander's return. Maggio's going to be a little bit better through the first corner. But we're at 2 to go. Right now, Godzak just wants to back off. Let Maggio make the mistake. Be in his mirror. Make him watch that mirror. Maggio's going to swing a little wider. Going to be a little bit quicker up through the first gears. Maggio's going to swing tight, swing wide. Well, Godzak swings wide, swings tight, swings wide. There they go. Everyone's getting down. Man, I think Godzak's a little bit better through the S's here. The more technical parts of the track. Well, Maggio has that raw speed. Godzak can get right down to that white line and get a little bit of a drive off. Oh, he got on the grass, hooked him a little bit. He caught it. Can look finally be on Godzak's side. They're getting ready to come to the white flag. Last lap of the race. And the battle is right here for first and second. Who's going to win? Who's going to be the runner-up? Godzak's going to swing it wide. Let it roll. Now he's going to get right back on it. Try to get a little bit closer. Maybe get closer for turn 2. I think Godzak was a little bit better that time through. He's going to swing it wide. Perfect, perfect, perfect by Godzak. He needs to be a little bit better. He needs to be better than perfect to get closer to Maggio. About a half second between them. Godzak's going to be, I think he's going to be a little tighter. Going to try to get a better drive off here, get a better grip in those back tires. I think he did. He is a little bit closer. I'd say about 3 car lengths back. In gaining, he's right in that little bit of draft. How rough is it going to get in the last set of corners? There they go. Be perfect, boys. Be perfect. Maggio got a little tight there, a little slower than he needed to be. That's going to let Godzak go right to his bumper. Godzak's going to be on his inside going into the turn. Going to lean on him a little bit. Going to let off of him, try not to wreck him. Good stuff by Godzak. And Maggio, great stuff by him too. He's going to try to go on the outside. New leader! Godzak's going to lead it! Coming in 3 turns to go. How rough is it going to get? Where is Maggio? Maggio's way off pace. Godzak for the final 2 turns at Mid-Ohio. Last year's heartbreak. This year, he's going to win. The Flatlanders return the first win of his career here at the WRL. Godzak wins.
What a redemption story for Godzak here.
I'm not happy for him because he's a fatal driver. I'm not happy because, you know, I'm so happy for him. He deserves it. After all the second places, all the third places, the top 5s, the top 10s, last year's heartbreak here. He deserves it. He deserves everything that he's going to get. This kid, he has battled back from anything and everything. And he's going to win here at Mid-Ohio. It's about time we get to interview a winner of Godzak. Not the runner-up, not third place. Mr. Podium is podium no more. He is finally a WRL winner. There's Scorpius. Menton just crossing the stripe. A Nat 20, just a little ahead of them. Gar, 92 of J. Fergie. The 18 of Warpig. Mike Sr. right there. Weston Grant. Turf Tech coming across the line. The 18 hitting the back of him. There's the 20. William Moore.
You will have to add Godzak because I do not have him as a friend.
Okay, we're going to add them real quick. Who was our top 3? Can you tell me? Okay, so Godzak, Drake, and Matt are your top 3 finishers tonight. You are blue screened, just so you know. You're blue screened. Hold on. You're blue screened. You're not going to hear. Alright, here we go. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll have to pull it back up.
So we're going to hold off on first place interview. We're going to make him sit in suspense and stew about it a little bit.
There's third place.
There's third place. We're waiting on one more. Fast lap was Drake. I saw it before it moved. I couldn't see what it was, but fast lap was Drake at a 1:19.4. And there is second place. We're going to hop on down to pit road here and talk to our third place finisher, Matthew Parkhurst. Parky, as we all call him. So, Matt, what do you think? Third place finish here at Mid-Ohio tonight. One of the tracks that you really do enjoy.
Oh, I mean, you guys know as well as anybody, I absolutely love this track. And, I have this first couple stages tonight did not go my way. I was kind of overdriving it a little bit, and some other people overdrove it a little bit on the initial start and then the restart, and I kind of got bottlenecked up in traffic and kind of rode around like, I think, 6th to 8th place most of the first two stages. Second stage, I kind of screwed myself early on, and so I had to pit early. And then I ended up making a second pit stop, and I immediately went into conservation mode, doing what I could to stay on the lead lap in hopes that, we'd get to the end of the stage and I'd cycle around to the leader, which I did, thankfully, because I knew I could still probably make it on 2 stops, and the tires were not at all beat up. And then, just got sent a little bit in turn 2 on that lap on the restart. Otherwise, I think I would have fared a little bit better. But honestly, it was a good race. I know at the end there, I was nervous as heck because when I came in for my last pit stop, I was about a lap short on fuel. So I was doing all I could to try and save fuel and yet hold off Drake because I knew he was coming hard. And then came out of the last carousel, and it started sputtering. I'm like, he's got me. And then I looked up ahead of me. I seen the 98 out of gas. I'm like, oh boy. But third place, that's about where I expected to be tonight. I mean, I knew I didn't have a race-winning car because I know both Drake and Zach were really fast and really smooth. I made a couple mistakes, and so third place is probably about where I deserve to be tonight. But I mean, considering how this season's gone, I'll gladly take it. First top 5 of the season.
Yeah, I was about to say your best finish of the season, third place, getting back in your groove of where you belong.
I'm trying, man. It's been a long journey this season, but
yep, it's been a long journey for a lot of people. Last season with your 3 wins on the season, this year you're still hunting for number 1. But hey, you came home third here at Mid-Ohio, buddy. Congratulations.
Hey, we'll take baby steps at it. I mean,
baby steps. Listen, and remember, this season it's about points. It's not about wins.
Yep. One week it's getting top 15s. The next week it's getting top 10s. Now it's getting top 5s. Now that I got a top 5, I'm going to focus on the win.
Well, next week we are at Phoenix Raceway, so best of luck there for you. You can go celebrate with your teams here in Mid-Ohio.
Thank you, bud.
All right, we're going to move on to the runner-up at the Flatlanders return. Drake running the 11 for Fatal Motorsports. Drake, how you doing, buddy?
Honestly, man, I just want to say that was an awesome race for second place. Out of all of the races for second place that I've ever had, that was probably one of the best. So I'm sure that you noticed, I was running behind Maggio for a bit in that last stage there. Mm-hmm. And basically my whole idea, my whole strategy was I'm going to make sure I can make it on fuel. So I wasn't even really trying to pass Maggio. I was just trying to make sure I stayed behind him, save a little bit of fuel. And I knew that, I was going to have to pit 1 lap later if I wanted to make it without having to save fuel, and that's what I did. But unfortunately, going into turn 1 there, running behind Maggio, he kind of got a little crossed up in turn 1, and then I followed him and sort of did the same thing. And as soon as I went over that curbing, the car just kicked out on me, and I really did the best I could to save it. But it's so hard when you get to a certain point in NASCAR heat. It's just so hard to save the car, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to hold on to it, and I completely knocked down the inside wall, completely knocked the radiator in. I mean, I had so much damage after that, and I was like, because I knew I had a car fast enough to win there. But amazingly, I got the car back in gear, got back on the track, and I was still somehow able to pull out a second place finish.
Yeah, man, you definitely deserved it. You were definitely one of the front runners. And obviously, as I mentioned, you had the fastest lap of the race at a 1:19.4. I know that I heard that you hit a 1:18 in test session. So, man, you're quick, you're fast, and when I was passing out the setup, I guess you didn't need it. So,
yeah.
So apparently it wasn't that great of a setup because the other Fatal guys, they struggled tonight with that setup. So I know the one thing that I did get was no drive off, so it was tough for that. But, man, second place tonight, runner-up in the Flatlanders return here at Mid-Ohio. Congratulations. Go celebrate, buddy.
Yep, thanks. I just want to say real quick, congratulations to Godzak for his redemption winning this race. Good job, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and also I'd like to say, Drake, I don't appreciate the back bumper being pushed in like that.
yeah, sorry about that, man.
I mean,
I apologize before the
I was
race.
going to get out of the way, but
Yeah, I know.
Gotta give you a hard time.
Yep.
Oh, but congratulations on second place here at the Flatlanders return. Well deserved, well fought for, and as a team owner, I can't be any happier. So you're all good to go, buddy. You checked all the boxes
we appreciate
tonight,
it.
except the win.
Y'all take care.
Yep.
Yep.
So before I start this interview, I want to say I have been waiting for almost a year for this interview, just so we all know.
I'd also like to say this was one of my first races coming up and calling with you too. Last season after we had merged.
So he goes from heartbreak in the playoffs to winning at Mid-Ohio, the Flatlanders return, the return of Godzak, finally taking his first WRL victory. Godzak, how do you feel to finally get the monkey off your back?
And it's fitting that it's this track. My
Yes.
God.
Yes.
It couldn't have come at a better place. I'll just
Nope.
say that.
Nope. Coming in, you were tied for the points lead, knowing what you needed to do. I know Anat's probably sitting here excited as all heck, because I was excited when I saw you pass Maggio. I was like, he's got it! I'm like, come on, man!
I knew he couldn't make it. The whole race, I'd put it a lap later than him and Drake. And, Drake mentioned he had to save a little. I didn't have to save at all. So all I had to do was keep the pressure on. I knew he would run out. And if he didn't, I mean, what happens, happens after that. But it didn't come to that, so. Man. Oh, my God.
As I said, as, you guys are taking your cool down lap, I said, I'm not just happy for you as, as because you were part of the Fatal camp. I'm happy because you deserve it. You deserve to win. You fought so hard for so long with second places, third places, top fives, leading the points. You deserve to be on the podium. You deserve the big trophy. You deserve to enjoy the camaraderie. And now I believe if my numbers are right, you are the 124th driver to secure a victory here in the WRL.
Well, I'm sure if I could have won at least one of those last year, it would have been down in the maybe 1-0s. My God.
But, man, you just, I kind of said, you were this, I didn't really think that you were going to get the win. I wanted you to win really badly, but I knew, like I said about Jay Fergie winning last year after the heartbreak, and then now it's
just such a fitting way to.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. That's the spot where I blew a tire last year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, everything just came together. When the 11 was up there battling with Maggio, I was starting to run him down and just wasn't quite consistent enough. And then when he got crossed up and hit the wall, I'm like, okay. So now we got something. I just gotta settle in and track down Maggio. And I'd started tracking him down. I got it down to about a second, and I cut even more off on the pit stop. I had a great entry. Then, like I said, after that, I knew he couldn't make it, and so I just didn't give him the opportunity to save.
Yep. As I said, you had to stay in his mirror, make him make the mistakes so you can capitalize, and you did just that by winning today. Congratulations, man. You deserve it.
Yeah,
You
man,
deserve.
hopefully get a couple more this year.
Well, hey, as I gave Jarrett Reese the best advice that anyone could have gave him when he was struggling to win a race over on heat. I said, listen, you got to get that first one. Once you get that first one, they fall like candy. And he's done real well for himself after getting that first win. Multiple Final Four appearances, a shot at the championship. So he's got that win, and now you've got yours. Congratulations to Critical Role. I believe this is Critical Role's first win of the season.
I think this is
Yes.
officially Critical Role's first win. Because Fergie was affiliated with us last year, but he wasn't technically Critical Role.
Correct, he wasn't part of Critical Role. And you and Anat both went winless last season. So yes, this is Critical Role's first win in the WRL as a team. So congratulations to Anat for leading his team to victory. But it was all on the back of the 6 car tonight. So congratulations once again, Godzak, man. You deserve it. As a friend, man, I couldn't be more proud of you. And as a league owner, this is the kind of stuff that, I really enjoy. The first time winners, the emotion, the sigh of relief. Like I could hear you right now. The sigh of relief that you made it, quote unquote. So
I can only finish second so many times before something goes my way.
It happens. It happens. Jarrett Reese and I were talking about that last night because he has a lot of second place finishes to me before he got that first win, and ever since then we've been trading them back and forth to each other. So, but man, like I said, enjoy it.
Oh, I will.
Enjoy it. Get ready for Phoenix next week. Another track you had a really good showing at. Maybe you can make it 2 in a row.
That's gonna be a tall order.
And it's a tough track at Phoenix. It's very different than the road courses, but
The front of this field has definitely gotten faster this year than it was last.
Yep. And so what does this win do for you besides, the camaraderie of the first win? What does it do for you moving forward?
I mean, I don't have to be the guy that always finishes second anymore.
Well, that's true, but you're still Mr. Podium in my eyes, buddy. That's not going away anytime soon.
He's still Mr. Podium. It's just this time he gets to stand on the top step.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
with the whole win, with the whole the reshuffle of the point system and the playoff system where it's back to the points. What is that? I know you are the consistent driver in the Busch series. As we saw, you're tied in points right now. Had a not so hot week last week.
Yeah, last week was rough for me and the team. Like, it was just awful. I went in there with like a 30-point lead and lost it all.
Yeah,
That's all right. Hey, you got it all back and then some this week because unfortunately Kyle didn't make it.
Yeah, that 2 car wasn't able to run tonight, so.
Well, that should mean that Critical Role's 1-2 in points after tonight, because Fergie was sitting third.
Yep, that should be, and Critical Role should be catching up on KAI there in points as well.
Interesting.
Yep, we were, about 30, 35 points back?
If points seem off, you can blame me.
So yeah, I mean, this is a big boost to me and to the team, because we have been trying to focus on the team points as well. Notice that we're right there knocking on the door, just needed a good showing from all of us, or, I mean, a win does a lot. But we all worked together on the setup for Mid-Ohio. Didn't turn out great for a couple of us, but I think Fergie got top 12, and obviously a win is a big boost.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a little bit of the fault on the whole setup thing. That's partly on me.
Actually, I'll say Fergie finished 8th.
Oh, he got 8th. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So the setup deal is on me as head of the Fatal Camp. I should have organized some more practices, but it's been crazy for me. So, but obviously you guys don't need it. So.
Yeah, I was running. We were all running my setup from last year,
Mhm.
and just I don't think I even touched it. Just it's really smooth. It may not have the overall speed of someone like say Drake. I know he was fastest lap by a long
Mhm.
shot, but
Mhm.
it does take a little bit less fuel. It's a bit more stable, and it all just
Mhm.
came together.
Yep. So, but go enjoy it. Go celebrate. I know Nat's probably beside himself because I know I was. So, but congratulations on the win. Like I said, man, you deserve it. Go celebrate with the team, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Oh. If anybody had any questions on who driver of the day was, it's obviously the man we just talked to for getting his first win in redemption from last season, passing Maggio in the same turn that he blew the tire to lose the race last season. But next time up, he is a winner in the WRL and at Mid Ohio. So that's gonna pretty much do it. We're gonna talk to Matt Parkhurst here about, you know, kind of was his thoughts at the race as a whole from an admin standpoint. Um, ran we only had what 2 cautions in the first stage, and then that was it.
Yep, that was
As
it.
far as I know.
So that's pretty good, And these new guys found out what it's like here making right turns in the WRL.
The thing that I really enjoyed, I had a feeling with a place like Mid Ohio, there's lots of runoff area, if you should go wide. So, there's not going to be much in terms of, people running into walls and whatnot. And then, some of those guys who may not be comfortable with road courses, because I know there was a few of them there tonight who were absolutely dreading this race. And
Not gonna lie, one of them's right here.
Grant was one of them. And, I mean, I had a feeling, that was going to lead to a lot of long green flag runs. And I noticed especially that last stage, lap traffic started coming into play, and those guys did an amazing job for the most part, at least all the ones I was around, of staying out of the way. We pick and choose our spots when we can pass and when we can't. And I feel like the things went fairly smoothly in that department. I mean, restarts were still chaos because, well, everybody's rooting and gouging for track position early on. But, I mean, once we got spread out, I thought the racing was very good for the most part.
I know at least twice there, Matt. I got sent into you on turn 2.
Oh, I know.
There's nothing I could do about it.
I know. That's the chance I take. Purposely stand on the left side, hoping people would overshoot it and I could undercut them. But instead, I got just adored. But honestly, I think for as bad as you and I fared on restarts, I think for both of us coming back getting a podium, I'll take it.
And we dodged a lot of bullets. Like,
Oh God, yes.
I think at one point, Trek missed the corner and came within inches of just killing me. Luckily, you didn't, and you see what happened.
So, with that being said, because I'm getting pulled into the hauler off issues that happened last night,
Hang
we
on,
are.
Jade.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing before we cut out. I know for those of you guys that follow the truck series, I know I missed out last night because I was dealing with some personal issues, but I'm happy to report that those are now in the past, and I hope to be ready to roll for the rest of the season over there in the booth, with my buddies Grant and Keith, and I really appreciate both Scorp and Drake, kind of stepping in to fill my shoes while I was out dealing with some stuff.
Yes, giving a shout out to both of you two as well, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
As always, it was a great broadcast, no matter who was in the booth last night. So just great job to everyone with that.
Yeah, and both of you are more than welcome back anytime. We could always use the extra company up there.
Yeah, I'd love that.
There's like 4 of you in the booth on Tuesday nights, and I'm sitting here calling the whole race by myself with help from Grant.
Yeah, and race reporter.
If I wasn't driving, I would definitely come up and join you in the booth.
That's all good, buddy. Listen, I enjoy a challenge.
I had
But
a comment.
the way
I had
that
a
this
comment for
season's
that.
coming,
I was going to say, with how their season's gone, you might want to hang up the driving suit early.
It's like I just can't get a break sometimes.
You want to go hang up the driving suit early and just go join them full time?
I don't know. I might give it a few more weeks. Who knows?
At least make it to playoffs.
We'll see.
If you don't make the playoffs, then just come hang out with me. It's all good in the hood. I don't care. You don't have to hang out with me.
You know what?
Listen, I'll roll by myself. I don't care.
I'll come roll with you, Jade.
I gotta say, you did a great job tonight, Jade. I mean, from start to finish, it was non-stop action, no matter what you were talking about. I just want to say great job tonight, man.
I lost my voice. I always said road courses are the hardest races to call because there's always stuff going on.
Yes.
And it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I enjoy, sitting up here in the booth. There's times I don't want to start because I'm like, ugh, I'd rather be on the track. Then I'm like, I remember, and I'm like, I do enjoy doing this from time to time.
Yeah, buddy.
And Nat always says my commentary is pretty great, so we'll see how great it is when I'm by myself.
Well, like I said, honestly, I thought you did a really great job tonight, especially being by yourself, so props to you, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. But we're going to cut the stream here. Top 3 tonight from the Flatlanders return at Mid-Ohio. Matt Parkhurst finishing 3rd in the 8-car for Parky Racing. Drake
About time.
in the 11-car for Fatal Motorsports coming up as the runner-up. And getting his first win of this young career here in the WRL. Godzak of Critical Roles, number 6, gets his first win of the season, first win of his career. Hats off. It was a great race. I enjoyed calling it. That's about all I got. I'm going to go try to recover my voice. So
Jade, I do have one more thing. I want to restrict Drake from ever running a custom setup again.
Yeah.
He's only allowed sliders.
No.
On God, brothers. On God.
With that being said,
go ahead. Sorry.
Stay roll out, everybody, and we'll see you on Saturday night for the weekly review show. Name still pending of what we're going to call it.
I've got a couple ideas for that, Jade. I'll throw at you here in a little bit.
Sounds good. Grant, you and I are going to the holler, buddy.
Yep, and also don't forget Wreckfest starting this Saturday night.
Yeah, buddy.
Right after the review show, make sure you stick around. Watch out for that on stream too.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a great time. William Moore will be in the the show with us on Friday, talking about the ins and outs of Ryan Sieg Racing. What his job entails and what he does. So it'll be a great time.
Also, don't forget about the new name for the Wreckfest Series 2. It is now called the Outlaw Racing Series.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a great time. Great time Saturday night. And World of Outlaws is coming soon. So be tuned. Be watching out for the information about that series as it comes out. So with that being
Gran
said...
Turismo also Sunday as well.
Oh, that's right. We're going back to back. Oh. With that being said, we're going to sign off here, everyone. Stay worldwide. Stay happy. Stay after it. And we'll see you on the next one.